Did I enjoy him as a performer? Did he give the world of entertainment something?
Yes, yes. Hello, my beautiful YouTube family. Welcome back to the L portion of Tell Joanne. I am your girl, Joanne. Guys, I've just been like, this week, I don't even know. I just been thinking about Elvis. I've been talking about Elvis. And I decided, you know what? Like, I want to learn more about Elvis. And I know that you guys enjoy me learning about Elvis and enjoy being part of this journey with me. So I decided, instead of me just going down and learning things on my own, I'm just going to record it and I'm going to share it with you guys for my first time experience learning about Elvis. So I have about like 14 videos that I want to watch. So we are going to be doing 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks of Elvis learning. And I think I'm either going to air it at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. But when the first one airs, you know that it's going to be that at every time. Okay. So I'm going to try to make this intro the same and I'll put a timestamp on it. So I'm super excited. And you guys know what we're about to do if you are part of the family, aka you're ready to subscribe. But if you're new to the channel, this is when I say hello. Welcome to the channel and welcome to 2 weeks of the L portion of Elvis. I just want to know everything. I want to know about Graceland. I want to know about him. I want to know about interviews. We're just going to be picking a lot of random things where we're just going to be enjoying together, right? So back to my intro. So put me on pause. Go get yourself a beverage of your choice. Hit that subscribe button so that you can become part of this amazing community. And on the count of 3, we'll do our cheer. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let the 2 weeks of Elvis start now. Let's go. First time reaction to Sammy Davis Jr. talks about Elvis in rare, surprising interview. All right, let's go.
Did I enjoy him as a performer? Did he give the world of entertainment something?
Yes.
It ain't my business what he did. The only thing I want to know was...
Many people are not aware that legendary singer, actor, and dancer Sammy Davis Jr. had a long history with Elvis Presley, starting in the 1950s up until Presley's death. Sammy had performed as part of the Rat Pack in Las Vegas with Frank Sinatra and friends in the 1960s and also appeared on his own. So, when Elvis was performing in Las Vegas in the 1970s, Sammy went to see him. In fact, he appears in the 1970 documentary, Elvis, That's the Way It Is. Sammy is one of the VIPs talking to Elvis after the show at an after-party. But what did Sammy Davis Jr. really think of Elvis? Stay tuned to find out.
There's an artist that when his name went on the marquee, they knew he was coming. People came from all over the world. I never heard of that.
But that concert in 1970 wasn't the first time Elvis and Sammy hung out together. Sammy and Elvis had been friends for over 10 years, since 1958. In fact, Sammy used to mimic Elvis in his stage act. Singer, actress, and model Kitty Dolan, who dated Elvis on and off in 1957 and 1958, recalled how Elvis took her to see the Sammy Davis Jr. show at the Sands Hotel in Las Vegas during the fall of 1957. "It was too much," said Kitty. "Sammy Davis does a takeoff of Elvis at the end of his show, and Elvis loves it. He has a wonderful sense of humor." Unquote. This news clipping from February 1958 states that, quote, "Sammy does Elvis. Howling out lyrics to You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, Sammy Davis Jr. mimics rock and roller Elvis Presley during performance show at Hollywood's Moulin Rouge. Elvis, sitting ringside, roared with laughter at brilliant imitation." Unquote. Surprisingly, another famous black artist that was friends with Sammy Davis also impersonated Elvis once. Elvis's friend, Memphis DJ George Klein, describes the surprise he and Elvis got when they arrived at a Halloween party in Hollywood in October 1957. "I walked into one of the party rooms," George said, "and saw a costume that topped them all. Nat King Cole was dressed as Elvis, with a black leather jacket, pasted-on sideburns, and a guitar around his neck. George said he went and introduced himself to Nat King Cole, who said he wanted to meet Elvis. Quote, I went to find Elvis. And at first, it was hard to get him away from the pretty girls he was talking to. But as soon as I told him who Nat King Cole was dressed as, he had me lead him there. I'll never forget the sight of Mardi Gras Elvis standing there talking to Nat King Cole Presley." Unquote. Sadly, both of these music legends would die young in their 40s. Their daughters, first Natalie Cole and later Lisa Marie Presley, would record duets with their father's recordings. Natalie Cole released
I recognize her face, but I did not know that there was any relations. Wow.
the duet with her father, Unforgettable, in 1991, and Lisa Marie recorded 4 duets with Elvis starting in 1997. The first 3 were recorded as a special treat for fans during various Elvis weeks at Graceland, but were not commercially released. You can listen to all 4 recordings at the link below in the description. Meanwhile, Elvis and Sammy Davis Jr.'s friendship continued. He visited Elvis on the set of Presley's film, King Creole, in 1958, and when Elvis returned from the army, Sammy was part of the cast that appeared with him on The Frank Sinatra Show in 1960. Even though Sammy's friend, Frank Sinatra, blatantly spoke out against rock and roll when Elvis became popular in the 1950s, Sammy always supported Elvis. Sammy explained, quote, "Early on, somebody told me that Elvis was black. And I said, no, he's white, but he's down home. And that is what it's all about. Not being black or white, it's being down home and which part of down home you come from." Unquote.
Ooh, I like
when Elvis
that.
became a huge star in the 1950s, and the media crowned him the king of rock and roll.
Let me pause to that. Not being white or black, but down home. I absolutely love that, right? That is right. Like, Elvis is just, he is just real. And realness don't even have a color to it. It really does not. It does not. There we go. I love that.
He was getting a lot of pushback and
I get a
flack
snap,
from many
actually.
people. In fact, there was a controversy about one of the songs on Elvis's best-selling 1957 Christmas album. The composer of White Christmas, Irving Berlin, reportedly did not like Presley's version of the song released in October 1957 and tried to get it banned from radio stations across the country.
Wow.
Presley sang the song in the same style as the Drifters' R&B version. However, the Drifters' rendition did not cause as much controversy because it was only played on black radio stations. Berlin supposedly wrote letters to radio stations across the U.S. requesting that they ban the song, calling it, quote, a profanation of the spirit of Christmas.
Wow.
Find out all the details about the controversy and see how it affected the sales of Presley's Christmas album in a link in the description below. After Elvis died, Sammy said this in an interview.
It ain't my business what.
Hold on a second, guys. Comment below. Let me know how it affected the sales. The arrow looks like it went down, but I also know that sometimes controversy is bringing attention to, you know, and Elvis was a statement. He was phenomenal. He was an error. I don't even know. I can't even say he was an error because he continues right now. So I'm actually curious to know how the Christmas album did. I'm very curious to know. Comment below and let me know. Yeah, let me know.
He did. The only thing I want to know, was he my friend?
Sammy seemed to be responding to the accusation in the media that Elvis didn't die from a heart attack, but prescription medication.
Did I enjoy him as a performer? Did he give the world of entertainment something? Yes, on all counts. And that's the name of that tune. You understand what I mean? Good. Because the other jazz don't matter.
Elvis and Sammy used to hang out together in Las Vegas. In fact, Chuck Berry revealed that Sammy and Elvis were at one of his shows in Las Vegas.
At the Hilton Lounge in Las Vegas, somebody came and handed me a note and said Presley and Sammy Davis was in the audience, you know. And, of course, that makes you get on your P's and Q's and play some of your new stuff or whatever, you know, and I did. And near the end of the number and the show, they did a little step in the aisle there.
That is so amazing.
Presley's friend, Jerry Schilling, was there that night. He described in an interview that he and his wife, Sandy, along with Elvis and Priscilla, first went to see Sammy Davis Jr.'s show in Las Vegas. Quote, "We went backstage and hung out with Sammy and his wife, Altaviz. Sammy and Elvis were kind of magic together. Sammy had that great personality, and he kept Elvis laughing." Unquote. According to Jerry, Elvis invited Sammy and his wife to join them back at his penthouse suite at the Hilton Hotel. Quote, "As we're walking through the lobby, going to the elevators, we heard a very familiar Chuck Berry intro. and Sammy and Elvis just looked at each other, and with a smile, we all just turned around without anything being said, and we headed for the
We gotta
lounge.
go there,
There was
that's
one
right.
table of people, maybe two. The whole lounge was about empty. We went down to a booth in front, and Elvis was a fun guy. He would holler out a tune. Chuck saw that it was Elvis and said, "Hey Elvis, remember when we were battling for #1 and you had this song and I had the other song?" The real payoff was when Elvis said, "Do Promised Land," and he's sitting with Sammy Davis Jr., and they're singing the lines along with Chuck about a poor boy wanting to go clean through Mississippi. Unquote. Fun fact, Elvis would record Chuck Berry's Promised Land and
Guys,
release it
I
in
did the
1974.
reaction.
Sammy's
Make
wife,
sure you watch it.
Altaviz
I don't know
Gore
when I'm
Davis,
gonna air it, but
said
make
in an
sure you
interview
watch it.
11 years after Sammy died, "I think their friendship meant a lot to both of them. I think it was a very personal bond between both of them that they could both share, because they both came from very humble beginnings." Sammy said this about Elvis, quote, "On a scale of 1 to 10, I rate Elvis 11, unquote. What did Sammy's friend Muhammad Ali say about Elvis? Check out this video next.
Listen, I like the way this person do their video. That's how you do it. Check out the video. Got you going to the next video, and you know I want to go check out the next video. So stay tuned or join me. Stay tuned for the rest of the videos, and definitely join me tomorrow for us to continue the L 2 weeks portion of Joanne the L 2 weeks portion of Joanne learning about Elvis. On that note, I'm gonna see you guys. Bye.